Hello. Thank you all for coming out on this Sunday afternoon. I see some notes, some music and things. This is a interesting event, double release show. The initial attraction was these two ladies here, Amy Wurtz, Alyson Berger. They just recorded and released a record, which you should pick up back there at the table. And then since they have also been playing with Origin of Animal for some time now, they thought, well, hey, why don't we share the bill? So here we are. A little background on this first piece that we're going to do. This is actually a expansion of a piece of theirs that Amy wrote in whatever year are you? 2016. Actually, they recorded it on another CD of theirs that is also back there that you should pick up as well. So originally written for just cello and piano, we've done a big band arrangement of it, added horns and all these wonderful people you see behind me here. And it's sort of an extension of what you're going to see a little bit later. We'll play this one. They'll do a couple of things, as you can have of course. But then we'll take a little break. We'll come back. We'll play some Origin of Animal original big band stuff. And then at the end of that, we're going to play a release that we recorded actually back in 2019. The concept was to take some music existing from another band that was smaller, more of a, it was a quartet actually, guitar, bass, drum, and saxophone called Zip Tank that Mr. Marcus Padgett was a member of at the time, and some songs he wrote for them. We did the same idea and took those tunes that were originally written for four-piece and expanded them for the group you see here. So it made sense to me to try and do a similar concept here with Amy and Alyson, except now we're doing it with a piece of theirs instead of a band. So without further ado, I've talked enough. So I present songs and dances. Thank you all for coming. Stick around. Origin of Animal also has some stuff back there too. If you like what we do, please put your name on our email list there. That's how we tell people about these kinds of things. So we'll tune and we go. Thanks. the back, please stick around for set number 2 after a short little breather here. Thanks very much.
All right, well, the stage is clearing out. A little bit of thanks. Thanks, everybody, for being here. And huge thanks goes, first of all, to Dave Keller, conductor of Wurtz and Animal, for making that arrangement. So just to reiterate, that piece is first written for just cello and piano, but now I don't think I'll ever be able to hear it without the band ever again. However, if you would like to hear the original version, as Dave mentioned, there are CDs in the back. That was on our first album called Cello Dances at Night. It's got works by all Chicago composers on there, myself included, with that piece. So you can pick up a copy there. And this concert, really, I'm so glad that Origin of Animal was able to do this with us. It's really a fun and complete event. I was thinking it was kind of like albums past, present, and future for Alyson and I, because that was our past album. Our present album has just come out into your hands today. This is our second album. It's called Touching Rapture. And this one is new pieces by myself, by composer Tina Davidson, who you're about to hear in just a sec here, Alex Shapiro, and Laura Elise Schwendinger. We're going to play the piece I mentioned by Tina Davidson called Hum, and we were the ones to premiere this piece way back, I would say in 2021, I believe. And that was during the pandemic. It was an online concert. It was lockdown for most of us, and so we've been championing this piece ever since. The piece that's first on the CD is by Alex Shapiro. We were not the first to premiere that piece because it was originally written for bassoon and piano, but she made this version for cello and piano, and we've played it. Alex Shapiro is pretty well known. She's from the West Coast, Washington State. And the final piece on the CD is called Rapture by Laura Elise Schwendiger, who is a professor at University of Wisconsin in Madison, and also here in Chicago quite often. So that's what's on the CD. You can get a copy in the back. We're going to play just the second piece by Tina Davidson called Hum. Before we play, I'll just thank Epiphany for having us here. It's a beautiful space, and it's really lovely to have you all. I wanted to thank again Dave Keller for making the arrangement of that piece. I helped out a tiny bit, but mostly he did that. Thank you to all of our bandmates at Origin of Animal for getting friends out here and just playing with us. It's really a lot of fun. And thank you especially to the composers on our new CD, Tina, Alex, and Laura. Tina and Alex especially have supported us in this whole project, which we couldn't have done without them, and we definitely couldn't have done without the support of DCASE, or in other words, the Department of Cultural and Special Affairs, Cultural Events and Special Affairs, whose support we got to make the CD in the first place. So big thanks to the City of Chicago DCASE. Now we will play Hum by Tina Davidson. Oh, and we should also thank Pianoforte, where we recorded the album in the first place, and Dan Nichols at Aphorism Studios for being our audio engineer. Did a miraculous job. again on our CD in the back. It's also available right now on Bandcamp and will be available in a few weeks on places like Spotify, iTunes, things like that. So thank you again. Like I said, this is kind of past, present, and future, so what are we up to next, you ask? You can catch us at New Music at the Green Mill on May 5th. That's 4 p.m. That's something that we do every spring, and we'll have new music to play on that concert. We are also going to be playing at the Sound of Silent Film next week, April 4th. That's together with Access Contemporary Music and the Palomar Ensemble. And there will be another, I'm doing these bouncing around dates, I'm sorry about that, May 14th at the Chicago Soundings Concert, which is at the Church of Queen of the Angels on Sunnyside in Chicago. I'm going to take just 2 seconds to do a little plug. I have also been up to a lot of music the month of March. I'm playing a piece every day in honor of Women's History Month. Yeah! Yeah, for women, right? And you can catch that on YouTube anytime, and it's a piece per day of March, so 31 pieces. And then I'll be right back here on Sunday, April 7th at 3 p.m. where audience members, that means you, every one of you, can choose which pieces you liked the best during the month of March. Ask me to play them live at that concert on April 7th, and I will oblige. So I'm excited to see you all back here in just a couple weeks for that. So this is a piece we're going to play called Hellbender, which wins the prize for one of the coolest names ever, a piece of music. Hellbender is actually a rather humble animal. It's kind of like a salamander, and it swims in the water. You're definitely going to hear that in this piece coming up by John Greer. It's from his piece, which is a sonata for cello and piano. There are about 5 or 6 movements, I would say. Creatures that come out at night. It's actually subtitled Nocturne. There's a pipistrelle, which is a bat. There's the hellbender. I can't remember. Then there's a lot of birds in it too. And this is a piece that we know about because of a composers forum that I'm in. It's called Society of Composers International. We sent out a call and said, hey, send us our works for cello and piano. And we got like flooded with works. Actually, Tina's piece is from that call too, actually, the one that you just heard. So we plan to continue into the future making beautiful music on cello and piano with new works. That is basically our mission, new music for cello and piano. So if you're a composer and you have something, let us know. If you really liked what you heard today and you want to hear more, grab a CD and definitely stay in touch. You can leave your address and our list in the back, there's 2 separate lists, one for Origin of Animal, one for us. So if you want to be notified about what we have going on, that's it. So we will play Hellbender, we'll take a short break, and then all of Origin of Animal will be back for a second set, which is equally awesome.
There we go. There. Okay. All right, we are back. Thank you so much for hanging out. Nice to see you all here back again. This will be the big band, Origin of Animal, set portion of the show. Cheers again to Amy and Alyson for putting it together and stuff. We're very fortunate to have them in our fold of all of these amazing Chicago musicians you see behind you. So most of everything we're going to do are original pieces of ours. I'll try and let you know for each piece which one, who wrote it and all this kind of stuff. So the first tune we're going to play is a tune by the name of Tequila. This is on a record that we recorded all during lockdown, COVID. So, you know, many of us, most of us here, recording, you know, from their bedrooms and home offices and everything. And we just kind of put it all together. This is a composition by Mr. Amos Gillespie, who I'm standing directly in front of, so you probably can't see him too well. But if you don't know anything about him, you absolutely should check his stuff out. It's pretty amazing. AmosGillespie.com, right? Isn't that good? Yeah. Okay. And this tune, let me see if I get this all right. This will feature Mr. Airan Wright on tenor saxophone, David Taylor on guitar, and someone else I'm forgetting. You'll hear him. Give her right here. He'll also be featured. He plays very quietly, so strain your ears to listen. This is called To Kill You. Thank you. Gillespie. On the upper side. All right. Quick side note about this next tune. This next tune is entitled Chuckles. This was also on our record, pandemic record, Confined to Infinite Space. That's what it was called. I don't know, seems an appropriate title, I suppose, for what was happening at the time. This was a tune that I actually had written for my son, Charles, a number of years ago. It was kind of initially I was thinking, well, he's he's very loving and cuddly and very sweet most of the time, and then every so often he rages. And then after a while I was thinking, well, I think we kind of all do that sometimes. So there it is. And this tune will feature, again, Mr. Airan Wright, this time on flute. We'll also feature Mr. Richard Poston on guitar and Mr. Andrew Egizio on the trumpet. Thank you so much. Our next one here is written by a member of ours that is actually, unfortunately, not with us today. Mr. John Dorhauer is one of our wonderfully, amazingly talented people, and he unfortunately couldn't be with us today. But he's with us in spirit. We're going to play a composition of his called "The Day After." Little bit of background on this. This is a completely, I mean, a lot of what we do is kind of improvised on the fly anyway, but this one is especially improvised on the fly because there are 5 different little motives, little musical motives, little cells that we will play, they will play, and I will cue them at random at my leisure, whichever one it happens to be. And then if there was a soloist on here, I guess you would consider guitar and piano to be the soloist on here, but I don't know if I would totally call it that, but you decide for yourselves, okay? I guess I'm the soloist on this one. Okay, so The Day After by Mr. John Dorhauer. Thank you much. Also, the composer, John Dorhauer, also, and some of our folks up here as well, play in a group called Heisenberg Uncertainty Players. So please check them out as well, if you can. And by the way, another plug, some of our stuff back there too, a couple download stickers for you. You can actually put on something. And we do have some CDs back there too, if you're interested in that sort of thing. But main thing though, email list, for sure, so we can let you know about whenever we do wild, wacky stuff like this. That's the main thing. Thank you. Okay, next tune, actually, this is from our first release that was recorded way back in, I believe, 2009? 2009, I believe. We've been together, this group, in one form or another since 2007. So we're coming up on 20 years actually, so it's been some time. But we do have a few copies of that left over from 20, whatever that year was, 2009, 2010 or something. So they've been sitting in my drawer for a long time, so they're back there for you as well. So this tune is called Eastern. And it's got kind of a, well, you'll hear the Eastern influence in the music portion of it, but this is very, very, very like a group, collective kind of improvisation sort of situation. So, yeah, here we are, Eastern. Thank you. everybody was a soloist on that one. And I took a break. So, yeah, we've done that tune has been done with this many. It's been done with 4 of us, been done with 10 of us, and like anywhere in between. It's like even this two of us played. Even this guy's played. So anyway, moving on. We actually have one cover today, and this is by one of my all-time favorite groups, the great Mahavishnu Orchestra. This is an arrangement done by Mr. Marcus Padgett, and you'll also hear some more of his music here very shortly. And I'll say something about that here in a bit. But this is a tune from Intermounting Flame, I believe is the record it's from. Intermounting Flame, and this tune is called A Lotus on an Irish Strings. And this features just about everyone as well. So. I do know how microphones work, I swear I do. Okay, so now comes the part where we actually play the thing that we said that we are releasing. So I don't know if I mentioned this, but just to throw it out again, this was actually recorded, this EP was recorded back in 2019, pre-Dark Days, because there were no Dark Days before COVID, as we know. So we recorded this in 2019. I said this at the very beginning of the afternoon, but to run it by again, we had this idea to do an origin of blank. So we decided, you know, let's find some other groups that we know, we really like their music, and we want to take these smaller groups and put our umbrella over top of these songs. So we would add, you know, strings and extra horns and extra percussion and more guitars and you know, all the stuff you see behind me up here. And so the record that we are officially releasing now 5 years later, called Origin of the Blue Penguin. And these were tunes written by Mr. Padgett over here. And yes, please. And so there's 3 tunes. We'll probably just kind of, you know, knock them right out. But if you would care to support us a little bit, pick up one of our, you know, either if you're into CDs, that's cool. But there's also these little download stickers back there too. I don't know, $5. That's like worth it for you or whatever. But anyway, music is here for you right now, and that's about it. So this first tune is entitled Pink, and this will feature, let's see, Miss Amy Wurtz on piano, Airan Wright on piccolo, and what am I forgetting? No? That's pretty much it. Okay, great. And of course the rest of these amazing people up here that you see. So here we are giving you Origin of the Blue Penguin, starting with Pink. starting with 2 tenors, not 3. the tenor. And we have one more number for you. If you've seen us in the last, I don't know, several years, this is one we like to play this one a lot. So out of all of these three, this one is definitely the one that we play the most. It's just barn burner, man. It's pretty good. Once again, before we bid you adieu, once again, thank you to Amy and Alyson for taking us up. Please visit our table in the back on your way out. If nothing else, give us those email addresses. We like those a lot. And please tip the bartender. He's been real killing it back there. Class act. So appreciate it. Thank you very much. And thanks to Epiphany. What a great place. I've never been here before. So yeah. Parking was easy too. Okay, we leave you with Fine Reds. Oh, and please hang out and talk to us afterwards too. We'll be around. Thanks. We're very nice. We're very nice people. Most of us are nice. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it as well. So much for coming. Thank you. And look at this. Look at this. Standing tall. If you haven't been standing the whole time, everybody stand out too. You know, get a good look at everyone here. Thank you. Thank you again. Thank you again. Once again, the original animal, please hang around, talk to us, leave us for just a few minutes, space in the back of the table. And, a wonderful rest of your Sunday. And there you go. Thanks so much. Cheers. There you go. Yeah, thank you. Oh, go Wolf. Yeah.